Hey guys, today I just wanted to do a quick progress update about my recent black on black tattoo coverage. Last time I had this one done, so this guy here was done. This is going to be the next one that we get to. If you can see it, this big one in here is going to be the next one we're working on. And then this week well, not this week, this is fully healed now. I got pretty busy and I didn't have time to make a video of it when it was fresh. So this is it after it's peeled already. So you can see it's got the field of black here in between the teeth like the other side, but obviously each tentacle is going to be a little bit different. We're probably going to need to do a little bit of touch up in the solid black because it's a pretty stretchy area, hard to saturate. You can probably start seeing now how each of these tentacles is going to kind of look. I'm really most excited to get into these frontal ones, as obviously they're going to be the ones that people see the most. But yeah, they're looking pretty cool. Unfortunately, and part of why I made this video a little bit late, our area has gone into, well, it goes into another lockdown on this coming Sunday, which will be when this video goes up, actually. That being said, I've already been, I'm a cook, so obviously I've already been in lockdown, but tattoo shops weren't. So my progress is going to halt again, which sucks, but that is what it is, right? Can't do anything about it. No use complaining. Fortunately, I have lots of content planned already. Different things. Doesn't always have to be about. Obviously, I've already finished. This is just for fun, right? So my vlogs won't suffer too much from me not being able to get tattooed. But obviously, I want to keep making progress on this, and it sucks anytime you're stuck kind of middle on a project, or like not even middle, but sort of entry stages of a project. It sucks being stuck, not able to work on them for, what's it going to be? Probably at least 3 weeks, I think. But I made some strides. I got the neck mantle finished. Doesn't always show off super well in photos, but it is aging nicely. Doesn't always show up great on YouTube. I have to be real close up for these. So kind of what I'm getting at here is it's a good time for me to reflect on some of the things that have worked really well with black on black, and some of the things that have worked well but don't show up as well. So probably the best application I've had so far black on black has been these eyes, I would say. The solid black two-tone is pretty cool. I think that the hand rose worked really great overall. And that's probably just because it's a hand, and my hands were some of the lighter parts of me. And then probably the part that worked the least well was the neck and throat. And not because they didn't work out well, but because the neck is pretty shadowed. You just don't see them very often unless you're like right up on me, which is a cool little peekaboo. But I have given some thought to doing some white ink highlights in the roses to see if I can pop them out a bit more like the moon here, like where just that contrast might draw some more attention to them. That might be fairly quick. I might do that kind of as a breather session from the torso at some point when we get back to working on it. I might do some white dots or white lines in the roses on my neck to kind of bring them out. Because, yeah, even though they're cool, unless you're right up on them, it's hard to see them right now. And I think a little bit of white shade in there would probably rectify that problem. But anyway, yeah, the tentacles, obviously, I mentioned we're going to have white in them as well. That's like the number one question I get all the time. Are you going to do any white ink too? I think white ink is going to be better for me as a highlight. I think that it's going to be in places like the highlight of these eyes, and like in the teeth of the tentacles and things like that. they'll be able to add just a little bit of dimension rather than create a whole new tone. It'll be more for like doing detail work for me. That's kind of where I'm feeling. And lately I am starting to wonder a little bit about doing even some red highlights in some of the torso. I'm not sure when that will come. That will be, if I ever do that, that will be far, far down the road. But I have considered doing like red ink in things to see how it works. Now, people ask me often if color over black works, and the answer is yes, it can work. But you have to be really, really smart about how you do it. First off, you have to have a great artist. And second off, you have to really know the color wheel and how things work. So, for example, you can imagine that if you use a bright red over a black, it might not, first off, you can imagine it might not work at all. But what you would imagine is if you used a dark red, it would be almost black at the end. But if you used a lighter red, the red would dull, but there might still be some red coloration afterwards. And so, since there's no one for me to really ask on this matter that I know, when it comes to that point where I want to try that, it's going to be a lot of like sort of experimentation. So it'll be in a place that is low risk. I'll put it somewhere that's as a highlight that if it didn't work, it wouldn't wreck anything or really cause any problems. And you would do that, say, really, really slowly. Like you would do a little small spot and then let that heal and see what it looked like in an area that was of no consequence, really. And then if it worked, then you could start rolling that out in some other spots. That being said, obviously, I'm not thinking there's going to be a whole lot of that. But there are some ideas I'm coming up with for some parts of my arms and stuff like that where a red highlight might work. But that being said, I'm not looking for punchy reds. It would be like a faint red tone in the blackout kind of thing. That's what I'm imagining. So you wouldn't have like this color of like pinky blood here. Like it would be more like a subtle red on the black. It's difficult to put into words exactly what I mean. But yeah, anyway, I'm having a lot of thoughts now where I'm going to have some time to really think about how my torso is developing and how I want to bring it together. And since I have this time off anyway, I think it's a good time to really use that time and map out some of the next steps I take and some of the backgrounding. And I'm thinking there's going to be a lot more eyes and a lot more teeth and stuff like that in the third bodysuit that kind of already go with what we have going on. I don't know how much like backgrounding I'm going to need to do, but I think more feature pieces and less background will help things not get so lost and congested like they did in the first bodysuit, in my opinion, where everything was just really kind of gray and washy. I want to have things be big, defined, and distinct and not get lost in the surroundings. So doing too much background is probably going to create a samey or no contrast effect that I really don't want. Where if you just do, a few of these, right, tentacles, and then you say you have a whole bunch of eyes, and then maybe you've got something else big and bold in here, and, just kind of have big pieces going through key areas, and then like maybe some shading like this, like just little lines to kind of connect everything up, but not go overboard. Since I already have the blackout, I don't really need to concern myself too much with creating an elaborate background, as I've mostly already got that covered. Anyway, bit of a rant on that. Come on. There you go. Super professional, right? That's never been something these vlogs have been known for anyway, so I'm not going to worry about that now. But, yeah. Lockdowns suck. Not a big fan of taking time off. I feel like I've had enough time off. If anything, I wanted to be going at this more aggressively. As I said in the last vlog, I was thinking of kind of doubling up, maybe going every week again for a little while, or maybe do two sessions and then take one off, and then 2 sessions, take one off, that kind of thing. Just kind of aggressively chopping at this project. But obviously, I'm getting another break. You can be sure, though, when I get back to this, it's going to be rapid progress updates. Because by the time we get through with yet another lockdown and I'm looking at all this unfinished work, I'm going to be jonesing for more and really, really putting the pedal to the metal, sort of like I never have before. So hopefully this will only be 3 weeks and I'll be getting back to it quick enough. But if not, I've made good progress this year already, so not too upsetting. And since I have already finished the blackout suit, I try and remind myself that now I'm not creating a new house or rebuilding the structure of a house. I'm just decorating. And if you look at it that way, then you're not in as much of a rush. I could be in retirement right now in a way from the world of tattooing if I wanted to be. And so everything I'm doing now is just passion play. It's all just fun or something that I want to do but don't need to do. So it's not as pressing a matter as it once was in my mind. Anyway, I won't keep this one too much longer, but if you've enjoyed this vlog or any of my other ones, be sure to show them to your friends, and I'll talk to you guys again soon.